Hey there, Mike here, The Fresh Rinse, on location in Springboro, Ohio, to wash this terribly dirty house. And initially, I thought I would wash it downstreaming with the 10-gallon a minute machine until I rounded the corner, saw this terribly dirty deck, and opted for the AR45. Again, initially, I thought I would downstream it, and so I started out for about a half a minute and then said, this is absolutely ridiculous. Of course, I did wet down the deck, and wetting it down gives a really nice before picture and shows a great transition. So I did that and then headed back to the rig, struck up the AR45, one pull baby, and set it on about 2.5%, maybe 3% after priming the machine. So we set it on the percentage that we want, head back to the rear of the home, and began to nuke the deck. And you'll see here that everything was in dire need of cleaning. So the lady said that she hadn't had it washed in a few years, and she said the last guy that washed it, it took about 3 hours to wash. And she was terribly surprised that I was done in about an hour and 32 minutes, to be exact. From the time that I got out of the truck to the time that I got back in the truck was an hour and 32 minutes. And that's the entire house with the deck. And then I had one ladder placement above the garage where I could not see it. So some of you guys are talking about 5, 6, and 7, 8 hours to wash a home, and it just isn't necessary. I'm not exactly sure what is taking so long, and I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just saying that, you know, one person with the right equipment can wash a home fairly quickly, efficiently, and do a great job. The woman was very pleased, and, you know, they're just really, I'm just not exactly sure what people are doing when they're taking hours and hours and hours to wash. Now, you will see here in just a moment that I did not do property protection, and of course that's going to save a little bit of time, or we might say it's going to waste time, because if I blow an outlet, then that's potentially hours wasted. But I had left my tape at a home the other day, and so for the last 2 days I have not been doing property protection. I just keep forgetting to pick up some new tape. But I decided to wash the entire back of the house with AR45 and rinse with the AR45, and then I washed the remainder of the house, the other 3 sides, with the 10-gallon a minute machine. So you really get to see the volume that this AR45 puts out. That's at about 10 gallons a minute, and again, probably 2.5% to 3%. Of course, here we're on rinse mode. And man, it really gets the job done. You could see how dirty that house was, and within just a few minutes after nuking it, it came completely clean and looks fantastic. So here in a moment, after rinsing with AR45, I'll continue washing with the 10, but then go back with the 10 and rinse this deck completely, and kind of stripping it of all of the organic material. Again, just to show you the immense volume, I'm standing probably 15 feet away from the corner of this house, and you can see that I'm shooting well above the peak and all the way to the gutter line on the front of the house. And so it's crazy how much volume in the distance you get with the gas-powered pump. Because I was using so much SH on that deck, it made sense to rinse all of the grass so that there would be no evidence of my being there. I don't need a callback for that. When you're using a gas-powered roof pump, you have to keep the trigger on when turning the machine off. So then I go back and begin to wash the remainder of the house with the 10-gallon a minute machine. I did that to save some SH. Also, I just wanted to be versatile. It is very important to have multiple machines so that if something happens to one, then you always have a backup, and having redundancy is never a bad idea. So here you can see with the 10-gallon minute machine, I begin to cut in the deck, and that is that is the M5 Twist, and that's a dumbed down version. So again, a 10 gallon a minute machine, but probably an M5 Twist rated for like a 5 gallon a minute machine, 5.5, something like that. I forget what the numbers are, but to dumb it down gives a lot of punch, and that's necessary when cleaning decks like this or foundations. A lot of times I do not have to bring out my long wand. I can just strip it with the M5 Twist at the right angle. And again, the 10 gallon a minute machine puts out quite a punch. So just holding the M5 Twist and my short gun, you can see how it blasts away all of the organic growth. I do this across the entire deck. It only takes a few minutes. And then I go back with more SH just as a top coat, so to speak, and then continue washing the house. And when we get back here in just a few moments, you'll see that the deck turned out wonderfully. It's not perfect, but it never will be. That's an old Trex deck, and I did as good as I possibly could. And again, rinsing with the 10 gallon a minute machine makes things amazingly simple. So here we see the final result. Some staining there that will not go away, but the house altogether came out great. And I'm very pleased. More importantly, the homeowner is very pleased.